Hi guys and welcome to the Peterborough vs Sunderland match preview. Now before we get into anything, have we all calmed down from the other night? Have we all calmed down? Yeah, from when we beat Burnley at Turf Moor 3-1. We've all calmed down. Great, so let's get into it. I've not calmed down. So, Sunderland go away from home to Peterborough on Saturday at 3 o'clock, which is going to be a test in itself. Peterborough are definitely a team that I admire. I've always liked their brand of football. They've got a player in which I really like as well, a certain Marcus Maddison, who is an incredibly dangerous player for this league and has been linked with us pretty much every day for the last 365 days. But yeah, Peterborough, in terms of their form at home, they are yet to get a win, which I suppose it bodes well with us. They did have a rocky start to the season. They welcomed Fleetwood to their ground, in which they did lose by 3-1. They then played Oxford away from home twice in a row, once in the League Cup and once in the league, both times losing 1-0. And then they welcomed Ipswich and got themselves a 2-2 draw. And then last time out, they got finally their first win of the season, where they went to MK Dons and won 4-0, which is not an easy task. So it looks like they're starting to come into a little bit of form. So Peterborough, like last season, I expect them to be around the top 6. I expect them to be pushing for those playoff places because they are a good side. Like I said, they did have a bit of a rocky start, but to go away from home to MK Dons and win 4-0, that is not an easy task, like I did say. And their main danger man, of course, being Marcus Maddison. But Sunderland, we're in a good run of form ourselves. We are yet to lose so far this season. Of course, we did draw the opening 2 games with some very disappointing performances. But last time out, we took on Wimbledon. We won 3-1 with what was by far our best performance of the season. Of course, last time out, in case you forgot, we did take on Burnley in the Cup, where we did win 3-1 with another very good performance with what was basically our second string squad, which is definitely going to pull up a massive selection headache for Jack Ross this time out. But I do imagine that he's going to leave or stick with what is basically going to be the winning side, or a winning side that's been working in the league so far. So I don't expect too many changes, but I will show you my preferred lineup with just a couple of changes in mind. So again, it is sort of like a 4-4-2 with Big John in goal. Of course, you cannot forget him. He's the first name on the team sheet for me. And across the back, I've gone unchanged from the game against Wimbledon, with Hume at left back, O'Nien on the other side, with Willis and Ozturk in the middle, as them two have formed a relatively decent partnership there. Now, in the middle, it was Power and Ledbetter against Wimbledon, where we did play very, very well. But, out of the players, even though the other night against Burnley, any player or every player that played that night has given themselves a good shout and a good case to get into the starting 11 in the league. But for me, Dobson was just heads above the rest. He was absolutely excellent. And, I would be surprised if Jack Ross dropped his captain in Grant Ledbetter. But for me, I think Power and Dobson combination away from home, I think that would be very, very solid indeed. He is, like I say, more than likely going to stick with Power and Ledbetter. But I think away from home, we need that little bit more grit, that little bit more energy in midfield, because they are going to attack us and attack us and attack us. I would imagine that is the kind of team that Peterborough are. They're not going to sit back like the likes of Wimbledon, who came to the Stadium Light last weekend. So they're not going to have much time in the ball if Ledbetter and Power are to be partnered there. So I think a bit more energy and tenacity, someone who's going to get up and down the field like Dobson, I think that would work ideally for this kind of game. Now, on the left wing, we have Aidan McGeady. He speaks for himself. Absolute magician. He is the League One cheat code. On the right-hand side, we have Gooch. Now, up top, I would have gone with Wyke and Maguire, but unfortunately, Jack Ross has cast a bit of doubt over Maguire's fitness. Apparently, he did pick up a knock this week, so he hasn't really trained. Also, McNulty has come back to training, but I think it might come a little bit too soon. If not, I would definitely partner Wyke and McNulty together, because I think those two are going to be an absolutely excellent partnership up top. But, with the doubt of him only just coming back this week, McNulty, I would go for Grigg, who did score the other night against Burnley, so hopefully that's lifted his spirits. And then the Wyke and Grigg partnership might be able to start something there. So that would be my starting 11 against Peterborough. Now for the dreaded score prediction, where I did get it incorrect the other night against Burnley. I did predict a Sunderland 2-0 loss, but we did, of course, go on to win 3-1. I don't know whether I've mentioned that already. But but the last 4 league games I have predicted correctly. So I've got a bit of pressure on me here, because I've gained the title over social media as the prediction god. So, my Sarny senses tell me that it's going to be a draw, but I don't want to do that. I really don't want to do that. I want to just see if it works by suggesting a Sunderland win and see what happens. So I'm going to go for a Sunderland 2-1 win. Hopefully that is the case. Am I confident? I am confident because I believe that we're playing very well. I think now we do have enough strength in depth to see off the better teams in this league, and with the quality that we have ourselves. And I think with the lineup that I did suggest, I think that's more than enough to take on Peterborough. So I am going to go with a Sunderland 2-1 win. Like I said, my senses do tell me it's going to be a draw, which, to be fair, I would probably take against Peterborough away from home. I think that's it'd be a very good result. But, of course, a win would be miles better. So I am going to predict a Sunderland 2-1 win. So you let me know in the comments down below what your score prediction is for this game. And also, if you have enjoyed this video, please hit the like button for me. It would be massively, massively appreciated. And subscribe to the channel if you're not already to become a fully fledged member of the Sarny Army. But for now, you take care and stay jamming.